I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. You're gonna be mine. Woo!
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop this heat. This video is specifically for the people in the comments section. I've seen this question come my way more than a couple times, and I felt like it was worthy of a video because it was coming up enough. And big shout out to the G5 Jeff TV family for even bringing up the question, because I came up with a whole different narrative just off of y'all question. So big shout out to y'all. The question is, why is Errol Spence not enrolled in the WBC clean boxing program? Now, the question was getting asked by not only people that are not big fans of Errol Spence, but people that are big fans of Errol Spence. And I'm a fan of Errol Spence. And I used to dismiss this question strictly because he was the IBF champion of the world. And I was like, all right, he's the IBF champion of the world. He's not going to be ranked in another sanctioning body like the WBC. He is under a different set of rules. He has to weigh in the day before a fight and the morning of a fight, and he can't be more than 10 pounds above the contracted weight, and that's an IBF thing. So what's the point in registering with the WBC clean boxing program? So then I actually sat back and I thought about it, because the questions kept coming and coming, and I'm like, okay, Errol Spence, why not? Why not just enroll in the clean boxing program? There's really not a legitimate reason why you shouldn't be enrolled in the program. This was April 20th. It was a list, I think it was on Boxing Scene. It was actually on the WBC website as well. And it was basically a list of fighters that was basically dropped from the rankings because they wasn't enrolled in the program. There was about 25 to 30 names, but I'm just going to give you the three biggest names that was on there. Number one was Big Baby Miller. Number two was Manny Pacquiao. And number three was Errol Spence Jr. Now, Errol Spence Jr., in my opinion, has been on the up and up as far as, just being clean. If anybody had questions about it, with him having to fight Kell Brook in Kell Brook's hometown, Kell Brook and Errol Spence had to go through two different types of drug protocols. Like, they had to do drug testing for two different companies, and everything was perfectly fine. And you'll hear little stuff here and there, but no real evidence or anything of Errol Spence doing any type of juicing or anything like that. He's been pretty much on the up and up, for the most part, outside of the conspiracy theorists. So I get back to the question, and I'm like, why is Errol Spence not registered with the WBC clean boxing program? And he should just register with the WBC clean boxing program, just because there's not a reason not to. It can't be because of the money. He got enough bread. I don't be counting the next man's pockets, but he done made some good purses. I'm pretty sure some drug testing. There's some people that make a lot less than him that's in the WBC clean boxing program. So if they have to pay out of pocket, they're able to do it. And then they got Al Heyman backing him up. So I don't see a scenario where, Errol Spence would have a problem in the WBC drug boxing program, the clean boxing program. So the one thing about G5 Jeff TV, I keep it consistent. And this is the thing that I thought about with this question. And again, I thank you guys for even bringing up the question, because y'all got my brain working. What's the one thing that we think about when it comes down to Errol Spence? Unification, right? Danny Garcia, Sean Porter's going up against each other later on this summer for the WBC Championship of the World. And what's the one thing that everybody says? Sean Porter don't want that smoke with Errol Spence. He not going to go for no unification if he beats Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is not going to fight Errol Spence if he win the WBC title. He ain't going to get no unification. When Keith Thurman had the WBC title, everybody was saying, oh, Keith Thurman was ducking. And he ain't want no smoke with Errol Spence Jr. for no unification. But see, the question got me thinking on this angle now. In order for Errol Spence to become unified, in order for Errol Spence to fight in a unification fight involving the WBC, he's going to have to enroll in the WBC clean boxing program. Because the WBC can say, I don't want him fighting for our belt because he's not enrolled in our WBC boxing program. Now, this is per the WBC website, their rules. You have to enroll in the WBC program within 3 months of being ranked in the top 15 of their rankings. If you don't, then you can be removed from the rankings. And if you do register after the fact, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to end up being in the same spot in the rankings. That's per the WBC rankings. Y'all can go to the WBC website and look it up. So, just as consistent as I am with Sean Porter when I say he don't want that smoke when it comes down to Errol Spence, when I say to Danny Garcia, he is the most likely to fight Errol Spence out of the 3, but he's not too enthusiastic about it. And as much as we've jumped on Keith Thurman about not wanting to fight Errol Spence for unification, if Sean Porter wins this WBC title, if Danny Garcia wins this WBC title, or it was, you want to rewind time and when Keith Thurman had the WBC title, Errol Spence would not be able to fight for the WBC title unless he enrolls in the clean boxing program for the WBC. So unless Errol Spence expects to unify with Keith Thurman for the WBO and that's it, or he's going to try to fight the winner of Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn, then us as boxing fans, we shouldn't be talking about Errol Spence fighting for the WBC title and unification because he's not enrolled in the WBC boxing program. And that may not be a popular opinion, but we have to be consistent. We have to be consistent. We'll throw Sean Porter under the bus if he wins his WBC title and he doesn't want to fight Errol Spence. We'll throw him under the bus, but nobody will mention that Errol Spence is not in the WBC clean boxing program. If Danny Garcia wins his WBC title and he doesn't fight Errol Spence, we're going to jump on Danny Garcia for not wanting to unify with Errol Spence. But who's going to bring up the fact that Errol Spence is not registered with the WBC clean boxing program to fight for their belt anyway? And this whole entire time for years, we've been bashing Keith Thurman. We've been bashing him about ducking Errol Spence Jr. He had the WBA and the WBC title. In order for Keith Thurman to unify with Errol Spence at that time, the WBC belt would have been on the line, but nobody mentioned the fact that Errol Spence is not registered with the WBC clean boxing program. These are facts. And I'm a Spence fan. I like all 4 of these guys as fighters. I like Sean Porter as a fighter. I like Danny Garcia. That's the hometown guy. I got nothing but love for him. And Keith Thurman, until the injuries came, I felt like he was the best in the division, even when Errol Spence was hot. So this is no knock against any of those guys. But at the end of the day, we have to be consistent in our opinion. If he's not going to register with the WBC, then we can't talk about unification with Errol Spence. So to answer the question, I don't know why he's not registered with the WBC Clean Boxing Program. He needs to register with the WBC Clean Boxing Program because there's no reason for him not to be registered with the WBC Clean Boxing Program. So I know this video is probably going to rub some people the wrong way because y'all probably going to think I'm not an Errol Spence fan, but I am a Errol Spence fan. At the end of the day, I just want to see what's right for boxing, and the WBC Clean Boxing Program is a part of the equation. I jump on the WBC as well. When they be on that bullshit, I call them on it. But Errol Spence Jr., if he wants to fight for unification and is going to involve the WBC, then he needs to register with the WBC Clean Boxing Program. Point blank, period. This is G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.